Hello, everyone. I am Aydoğan Vatandaş, the editor-in-chief of Politurco.com. Today, I have a remarkable guest, Professor David Phillips from Columbia University. David, welcome to my show.
Thanks very much.
David, Turkey has rejected Sweden and Finland's attempt to join NATO. So why do you think that Turkey has done this? What are the objectives of Turkey in that case?
Well, to be clear, Turkey hasn't rejected their applications yet. It's threatened to reject them. Mm-hmm. Why is it doing it? Tayyip Erdogan is like a carpet salesman. Everything is a transaction for him. He's trying to extort some leverage, use the applications as leverage to extort concessions from the West. He wants sanctions removed. He wants other benefits. He needs to understand that NATO is not a souk where you negotiate the details of a transaction. NATO is an alliance of countries with shared values. And if Turkey wants to remain a NATO member in good standing, it needs to cooperate with the other 29 members. If it doesn't, then the U.S. needs to start thinking about whether or not it keeps the PKK on the foreign terrorist organization list and begins to normalize relations. Mm-hmm. That should happen anyhow, but Turkey shouldn't make the mistake of pushing the U.S. in that direction.
So as far as I understand, Turkey's foreign minister, Mr. Çavuşoğlu, had a meeting with Mr. Blinken the other day. And as far as we learned, Turkey Turkey has some demands about the Halkbank case. We know that Turkey has been prosecuted in a federal court in New York. So do you think that this negotiation might work with the United States? Do you think that United States would accept Turkey's demands in this case?
Of course it shouldn't. Now, the Halkbank case was brought because Turkey violated international sanctions led by the U.S. on Iran. Mm-hmm. And if Turkey thinks that it can muscle the United States and get some small concessions, Mr. Blinken should make it very clear that the U.S. isn't playing that game. And if Turkey wants to try to muscle the U.S., it's going to get muscled and pushed into a corner. It's going to find that it has even less favor now than it had in the past.
Mm-hmm. And what about Russians' influence in this case? Do you think that Turkey might be acting as an extension of Russia, or do you think that Turkey has his own interests in this case?
So Turkey's interests are entirely self-serving. Mm-hmm. It's refused to join sanctions. It won't participate in efforts to limit the Kremlin's ability to wage and pay for its war. So Turkey needs, here again, a wake-up call. It can't be a safe haven for oligarchs. It can't continue doing business with Russia. It can't acquire the S-400 system. If Turkey wants to be treated as a European country in good standing, then Tayyip Erdogan needs a major wake-up call, a kick in the pants, so that he recognizes that he has to play by international rules, not by his own rules. The time for thuggery and pariah status is over.
Mm-hmm. David, if Turkey would insist, do you think, what kind of policies might United States or Western countries have? So do you think that Erdogan might step back?
So this needs to be resolved through dialogue and reconciliation. Nobody wants to push Turkey out of the alliance, but under Article 13, there are modifications that can be made that would suspend or remove Turkey from the alliance. Mm-hmm. We need to explore the legal issues governing that decision. But it's just time to stop playing around with Turkey. We need some tough love. Turkey's not going to get what it wants by browbeating and intimidating the U.S. It just doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. Turkey is a country that's now bankrupt. It's heading into national elections. The AKP should not perform well. I mean, there's a lot that the U.S. can do to punish Erdogan and to inflict even greater pain on Turkey if it does veto Finland and Sweden's membership application for NATO.
So, David, are you familiar with a paramilitary organization called Sadat in Turkey?
Sure.
There is a retired general called Adnan Tanrıverdi. So a few days ago, Erdogan said that he has no affiliation with that organization. So do you think that this announcement, this move might be linked to this situation? So do you think that in the United States there is a possibility to recognize Sadat as a terrorist organization? Is that why maybe Erdogan just said that he doesn't have any affiliation with that organization? Do you have any insights about this?
The members of Congress should be talking about not only Sadat, but listing the Grey Wolves as a foreign terrorist organization. If Erdogan wants to have cozy relations with these scoundrels, that's his choice. But there will be a price to pay. Now, Turkey only responds to pressure. If you accommodate Turkey, it will never do what you expect of it. We know that from experience. So it's time for the U.S. to stand tall, to be counted, and to send a clear message, not only to other NATO members, but to Ukraine, that it's not going to tolerate Turkey's hanky-panky.
David, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate for your insights.
Thanks, Anwar. Nice to be with you.
Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Okay, bye.